Your lights on.
Lights on? All right. It's their camera.
It's a camera. It's kind of like a live barn.
So did it follow the movement?
It's a panoramic. Is it in your way? Is it annoying? Okay. Like, I'm trying to get it to live stream because you theoretically can do that, but we're over 4 on it on live streaming. But it's good. Like, it's pretty good video. Are you doing this video?
She does that. I speak. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just like our group like has nobody that wants to do that.
Nobody wants to sit in. Yeah.
Pretty good.
So if you want to get fancy, you can zoom and the play happens. That's extra work.
I haven't gotten break done yet.
All right. Welcome to Shakopee Ice Arena. Well, we got your visitors, Minnetonka Skippers, coming in to play your Shakopee Sabres. This will be the 5th game for Shakopee. They tied the first 3 games 3-3, and then last week we won against Lakeville North, so they're coming with a record of 1-0-3. Don't know Tonka's record. I'm assuming they have a 0 in the loss column, right? Or no? Okay, yep. All right, starting on our forwards, we got Scott, O'Neill, and Schmieg. Schmieg's moving up to play forward this game with Hema is out this game, so he moved up to play. D is Lancette and Hensley. All right. Tonka walks it in the lane. Shot, pad, save. Scott retrieves the puck, puts it out to O'Neill, tries to get out of the zone. Tonka keeps it in play, throws it in the corner. Hensley's to it first, tries to chip out of the zone. He does get it out. No, he doesn't. Hensley to it first, chips it down to Lancette, who gets bodied in the boards. Puck gets loose. Tonka gets to it first. But Lancette's able to recover. Puts it around the board. Scott tries to do a pass over to Schmieg, just gets through him. Lancette's going to walk up to the red line. He's going to dump it in, and we're going to have a change. We got 4 new skaters on the ice. Lancette comes off. We got 5 new skaters for Shakopee. Shot by Gabe. Gets right off a shin pad of the defender of Tonka. Doesn't get right to the goal. Tonka's going to get into the zone. Cuts middle, tries to get a shot, but it's off of a Malmberg skate. Shot goes wide, gets up to the point. Good move there by the defenseman. He passes over for a shot, and that's a glove save for Shakopee. Williamson, we got Marco and Ian are going to be your forwards here. Looks like it's Wagner and Malmberg at D. And we're going to switch out the forward line. So Anderson, Gabrick, and Fitzgerald are out. Shakopee wins the draw. Malmberg gets it, tries to get it out of the zone, but it's kept in by Tonka. Oh, moving the puck in front, but good job by Wagner there to disrupt the pass. Puck shipped out of the zone by Anderson. Fitzgerald, good hustle there. Puck's kept in the zone. Anderson throws it deep. He goes to his own pass, tries to throw it middle. That's a wraparound opportunity. Fitzgerald got it and passed it back to Anderson. Did a wraparound, went off the post. Tonka dumps it in. They're going to do a change. So Shakopee's going to try to rush up the ice quick. Malmberg gets to the puck, wraps it around. Fitzgerald's going to get there first. Tries to get out of the zone. It does get out. Gabrick has the puck, but he's kind of by himself with everyone else changing. He dumps it in the corner. We're going to have 5 new skaters on the ice. Hensley and Schmitz on D. And we're back to the O'Neill, Schmieg, and Scott line. Tonka regroups. A lot of just kind of dump passes, trying to create speed with some of these guys. Turnover in the neutral zone. Scott has it. Throws it deep. O'Neill and Schmieg are going to get to it quick, but the goalie's just going to freeze it as it went off the back wall right to him. We'll have an offensive zone face-off. Same 5. Oh, we're going to switch the forwards out. Ian, Dom, and Marco. Forgot his name for a second. Shakopee wins a draw. Tonka turns this over to get the puck. They skate behind the net. Dom with a good interception of the pass. Ian's right there for getting physical down below. Tries to get it out to Hensley, but it gets intercepted. Tonka skates. Tries to pass middle. They do get in. Sailed it over the net. Hensley gets to it first. Chips is to Marco. Hensley took a big hit there. Another great glove save. Who's in that? Who's in that? Okay. How do you say the last name? Kalofsky. Okay. All right, Tonka wins the draw. Gets a shot off. Blocker off to the side. Lancette gets the puck. Good pass over. Just missed the stick. Trying to get it deep, but Tonka is able to turn it over in the neutral zone. Skates behind. He's going to off the boards out to the D. Another great save. Shaka tries to get it out. Gabriel does. Gabriel's going to get a rush with Anderson coming in, but good defense by Tonka. Just kind of slaps the puck out of his hand. Two guys pinch on Gabriel, but then a pass over from Anderson to Fitzgerald back door. Just went over his stick. He had a chance for a good opportunity. Shaka did a good job staying strong with the puck. Shot from the point. Stopped by the defenseman there. Got a stick on it. I will say Tonka so far is pretty physical. If you're bobbling that puck and you're not moving quick, they're coming in for a hit really quickly. Fitzgerald out the pressure. Schmeek tries to dish over, but Blake was transitioning out. No ice. Goalie played it. Tonka's going to get, we got 4 new skaters for Shakopee. Skating up with speed. Shoots. Blocker save. Another save. Koloski, 2 great saves. Here comes O'Neal on the rush. Pinched on the wall. Tonka recovers. Try to dish it out and free a guy loose, but Schmitz is there. Tried to block the pass, but a nice saucer pass over, but puck went wide of the net, and then it bounced up into the netting, it looks like. Ian, Marco, and Dom are your new forwards on the ice. Schmitz and Malmberg on D, it looks like. Draws one by Shockey. Malmberg gets it, tries to throw it out of the zone again. D is sitting right there waiting for it. Schmitz on the pressure there. Throws it behind, tries to get it over to Marco, but just gets past him. Marco pressures in the corner, bodies him up. Malmberg tries to chip out. Tonka has kept the puck in the zone again. And beautiful shot. Right from the top of the circle. 1-0 Tonka. All right, switching out the forward lines. We got the Gabriel, Fitzgerald, Anderson line. Still got Schmitz and Malmberg on D. Tonka wins the draw. They go D to D. He surveys the ice, skates it up, just passes into his feet. Tonka tries to hold that line, but they were able to stay on sides. Good stick by Gabriel there to pop it out, but puck goes in the corner. Fitzgerald's going to get there first. He passes it back to Malmberg. He's going to skate it over to pass it to Schmitz. Schmitz turns and loops it behind, hoping Malmberg was there. Tonka gets to it first. Behind the net again. Oh, just threw it in front. Tonka guy was right there waiting for it. Shakopee seems to be content to just slap the puck out of the zone, and Tonka's sitting there at the blue line waiting for it. Puck gets out of the zone. Tonka gets it in the neutral zone. Anderson there with good pressure. Tonka's able to get it themselves. They're going to do a change. Schmitz gets to the puck. Surveys where he's going. Over to Anderson. Tries to dish middle to Schmieg and intercepted. Puck comes out of the zone. Tonka's going to have to reset. A few new skaters for Shakopee are on the ice. He turns, throws middle, got it in the neutral zone. Good body by Schmieg to get him to lose the puck. O'Neill's going to get to it first. Cam with a T. All right. New 5 on the ice. You got Marco, Ian line with Dom, Hensley, and Lancette. Going to have an offsides on Shakopee. Ian tried to get it chipped over to Dom, but able to get in the zone. Dom was already in. We got an offside Shakopee. We're going to face off just outside the zone. 7:24 to go in the first period. 1-0 Tonka. All right, D to D. Hensley dumps it into the corner. Goalie tries to glove it, but puck gets loose. Puck chipped in the middle. Just Tonka gets there first. Got another offsides here in Shako. Gabriel, Fitzgerald, Anderson, your new forwards. Still got Lancette and Hensley on D. Gabriel could be on this draw. He wins it. Back to Hensley. Tries to go deep with it, but it got over the stick. Tonka gets it. He passes over. Great save. Great save by man. Great pass by Tonka over there, but he was right there to get the save. Puck's in the corner. Two guys for Shakopee and Tonka battling, being physical. Hensley's there. Gabriel, Anderson. Puck gets out. We got Fitzgerald and Anderson. Fitzgerald's going to try to skate, get around him. He turns and tries to pass it middle, but Tonka right there to steal the puck. Hensley going to get a shot on net. All right, here comes Tonka here. He's going to get a shot. Pat it off to the side. O'Neill's going to get to it. Try to get it to Anderson. He does. Got a one-on-one. Anderson's going to try to drive the net. Kind of lost an edge there as he was going. The puck did slide into the goalie. He froze it. Wagner, Malmberg on D. We got O'Neill, Scott, and Schmieg. Offensive zone face-off for Shakopee. Tonka wins the draw. They wrap it around behind the net. They dish out. Got a weak side wing going. Malmberg's there. Nice pass. Just chipped it to Tonka there. Looks like Colton Nash was there to receive it right in the slot and buried it. He knew exactly he had a guy crash in middle and just chipped it middle for him. 2-0 Tonka. Schmieg on the pressure. Yeah, Tonka does what they can to chip with speed as much as possible. Good pressure by Neal. Just stays on a Minnetonka stick. Tries to get a shot off, but it goes off a skate. Tonka dumps it deep. Wagner's going to get to it first. Malmberg retrieves it. Tries to get it over to Scott. Good idea. Scott was releasing weak side, just a little too hard. Got past him. We're going to have an icing. And a defensive zone face-off. Marco, Ian, and Dom on your forwards. Schmitz and Hensley on D. They tie up at center, but Tonka's able to retrieve it. Gets a shot off, just goes wide. Hensley tries to body him. Schmitz gets there, tries to dish it back to Hensley. They just chip it out top of the D. He gloves it down to himself. Good pressure by Dom. He came up and is physical. Tonka kind of waits for them to get out of the zone. They dump it in. Schmitz gets to it first. He's going to skate it up. Tries to get it up. Dom fleeing, but it went off a Tonka skate. Ian's got to wait for Dom to get off. He chips it down in. Good pressure by Marco. Dom keeps it in the zone. Tries to throw it in the opposite corner. Schmitz is going to get to it first. He chips it to himself. Tries to throw it out front to Dom. Gets a shot. Wow. Great play. Schmitz got to it. Chipped it to himself. Skated behind the net and fed it to Dom, who got a good chance on net. I think he might have got a couple shots. Trying to pepper the puck in there. Goalie is eventually able to corral it. And we'll have an offensive zone face-off. Anderson, Fitzgerald your wings. Gabrick's on center. We got Hensley and Schmitz on D. Draws tied up. Goes right to the goalie. He pushes it behind. Tonka gets the puck. Tries to get out of the zone with speed. Schmitz chips it out. Fitzgerald gets to it. Fitzgerald and Anderson are going. He gets bodied into the boards. Anderson was able to stay with the puck, though. Yeah, we're going to have a penalty on someone here. Penalty on Tonka. They're physical. We've seen it already. Number 6 in the box for Tonka. We're going to get 5 new skaters on the ice. We got a power play for Shakopee. Shots right now, we're 13 Tonka, 6 Shakopee. Score is 2-0. We're going to see what our power play can do here. Looks like we have O'Neill, Schmieg, Scott, Wagner, and Lancette. Schmieg's on the draw. Tonka is able to win it. Skates behind the net. Tries to get a guy with speed here. He's going to try to come on himself. We got 2 guys on him. He just tries to chip it back to his own D to try to burn some time. It's a good hit by Scott there. Tries to get over to Wagner. He lost the puck. O'Neill has it. Tries to chip it back to Lancette. Lancette's going to try to regroup and get this thing started over here. Scott's got it. He's going to walk it up. Oh, he's trying to get Wagner and O'Neill there, and I think there was miscommunication who he was going to. Tonka's able to get out of the zone. They're very content to just try to burn time here, looks like. Sails it over the net. Shakopee has it. Scott passes out to O'Neill. O'Neill's trying to skate in. He's going to throw it in the net. It's going to be gloved. Thank you for not letting the puck go. Should have. We were all trying to change there. But he held on to it, so whistle blows. We'll have an offensive zone face-off. 54 seconds left in the power play. Marco with Dom and Ian, it looks like, and then Hensley and Malmberg. Tonka wins the draw. They go D to D. He's going to skate it and try to chip it off the board. To get one guy loose, he just tries to chip it up to a weak side winger fleeing into the zone, but it was offsides. We'll have a face-off here just outside the Tonka zone. Marco on the draw. Tonka does get the puck. Ian's pestering in there. Intercepted by Hensley. He had to wait for Mom or Dom to get out of the zone. He couldn't just throw it in. Those have been offsides. Puck pushed to the side by the goalie. Good pressure by Dom here and Shakopee here. 11 seconds left on the power play. Tonka's done a good job not even letting us to get set up or do anything. But Dom has it on the net. Or Dom has it here. That was Ian, sorry. And the kill penalty's over. Shot wide by Marco. Trying to keep it in the zone by Malmberg. He passed on it. By the time he got possession, threw it in, we had a guy inside the zone. Offsides on Shakopee. Successful kill by Tonka. Minute 37 to go in the first period. We got the Anderson, Fitzgerald, Gabriel line with Wagner and Schmitz. Tonka wins the draw. Back to the D. He skates it up. Anderson able to chip the puck out of his hands. But Tonka's able to regroup. Cross-ice pass. Makes a move on Wagner. Tries to drive the net. Puck's kind of bouncing around, but Wagner is able to get it. He turns, circles around the net. Tries to get it out to Fitzgerald. Good passing by Tonka. He's going to skate in and shoot. Pat it up in the air. Tonka gets possession of it. They're going to get set up. How about skating on top? Shakopee's kind of sitting back here. Tonka's getting set up with their... Good pass. Good play by Wagner to get in there, not even give a chance to shoot. Oh, we lost an edge by Anderson there. Schmitz is going to get to the corner first. Tries to chip it out. Tonka keeps it in. Wagner's going to get to it first, body him. And then no whistle here, just kind of holding the puck on the side of the net. 14 seconds to go in the first period. We will have a face-off right there on the left dot inside the Tonka zone. O'Neill, Schmieg, and Scott out there with Hensley and Lancet. O'Neill in the draw. Tonka is able to win it, shoot it from the top. Great glove save. Another face-off. O'Neill in the draw. Kind of a scrum there for the puck, but Lancet gets it. He's just going to kind of burn time in the corner. And that will be the end of the first period. 2-0 Tonka. Shots are 15 for Minnetonka, 6 for Shakopee. Sabres are doing a good job hanging in there. This is a pretty skilled Tonka team. They move the puck really well. They're fast. They're physical. So it's kind of pick your poison if you're going to pressure them or kind of sit back and take shooting lanes away and make it harder for them to score. So it looks like they can pass the puck around the top however they want. They're trying to keep the puck out of the net basically with that. But yeah, 2-0 here. About to start the second period. All right, the O'Neill, Schmieg, and Scott line with Lancette and Hensley. Second period, puck drop. Here we go. Tonka wins the draw. Out to the D. Misses the pass to his own D. Schmieg tries to chip it low, but he bounces over a stick. Good cross-ice pass to the top of the D. Shoots from the top. Great save. Right in the glove. We'll have a face-off. Puck goes in the corner. Hensley gets to it first. Wins the draw. Pushes it around. O'Neill gets it, but he gets the puck stolen. 7 to the drive net. Shoots just wide. Scott turns the puck over. He's going to skate behind the net. Stop. Looking for someone to pass to. He had O'Neill deep, but it got through. Hit O'Neill's skate, went in the zone. Goalie just pushed it over to the corner. He just chips it up to himself, but opposite wing was offsides. Their little passes are fun to watch. Just a little sauce pass. It looks like they're putting it to space versus really putting it right to the skater for the skater to go get to it. All right, Marco, McGuire, Williamson as your D, Wagner, and Malmberg on D. Malmberg gets the puck, skates behind, gets it out to Dom, just loses the handle of it. Tonka's going to stop, set up in the corner. He's going to skate up on himself. But Dom with the pressure here causes them to get out of the zone and have to regroup. Pass D to D, trying to throw it middle. Wagner's able to get the puck. He passes it back to his D partner, Malmberg, who gets it out of the zone. Good patience there by Tonka. Got kind of a loose puck. Passes in the corner. No one there. Tonka gets to it first. He's going to skate and shoot from up top. Tries to tip it themselves, but they tip it in the corner. They go around. Malmberg's going to get to it first in the corner. Tries to chip to his winger. But no, we're going to have no ice in here. It must have got tipped along the way. So Shakopee's able to get the puck. Tonka turns this over. Passes up. He cuts middle. Gets a shot off. Bad save in the corner. And there's a successful icing. Ian got to it first. Was able to get the puck out. Get a whistle and get a new 5 skaters on the ice. Schmitz and Hensley on D with the Wagner, with the Fitzgerald, Anderson, Gabriel line. Gabriel will be on the draw. Wins it. Anderson's able to get it. He's going to get a head of steam. Didn't say that right, but he gets in the zone. Gabriel tries to assist, but Tonka turns him over. Good pressure by Gabriel. Battling with him in the corner. Fitz comes in, gets a loose puck, but Tonka gets to it first. And they're looking to escape on the zone. Hensley tries to battle from there, but he gets it through. Puck stays in the zone. Good body there. Fitz is going to skate it, try to chip it to Anderson. Tonka turns this over. Schmitz is going to get to it first. Gets it down to Gabriel, who throws it around the corner. Just misses Hensley. Puck's just kind of bouncing around there. Tonka's almost done doing extra passes. He throws it in the corner. We're going to have a penalty somewhere. Looks like a penalty on Tonka. It looks like there was a roughing against Fitzgerald, if I'm seeing it right. Cross check on Tonka. So we're going to have our second power play of the game. O'Neill, Scott, Schmieg with Hensley and Lancette are going to be your 5. Shakopee was 0 for 1 on the first power play. They didn't get a shot. So let's see if we can get a little better execution this time. Schmid gets it, puts it out to Lancette, who's at the top, down below in the corner to Hensley. Hensley back to Lancette. Tries to throw it down the corner, gets deflected off a couple bodies. Got a shot opportunity there. Gets put aside. O'Neal with it in the corner with Schmid. Bounces over Scott's stick. Good job, the hustle by Lancette to get to it. And then just a bouncing puck off a pad, and now Tonka's got possession of it. And they'll be in offsides. Scott tried to chip it up and just hit a shin pad by a Tonka guy and kind of had congestion right in the neutral zone. Tonka switches out their 4 killers, and we got the same 5 for Shakopee. 1:23 left to go on the power play. Tonka wins the draw. Content to take his time. Passes over D to D. They go back again. Bounces a stick, and Schmid gets there. Tries to get O'Neal in the corner, but the Hensley gets to it. Got one shot, kind of squirted on net there, but got patted aside by the goalie. Tonka skating out. Gets around the first guy. He's able to get a shot on net. Saved. Scott feeds O'Neal, who just loses the puck. Tonka takes possession. They're going to chip it back to their own D. Scott with a good interception there, and they're going to call an offsides on that one. We had a guy trying to change. So just a weird timing of how the puck came in the zone. So it looks like they're going to put it at center ice. 36 seconds to go on the power play. McGuire, Marco, and Williamson out there with Wagner and Malmberg. Marco gets the puck. He skates, chips it in himself. Retrieves his own pass. Goes around the corner to Wagner up top. Passes over to Malmberg. He looks, goes into the sidewall. The dot Williamson. Wagner tries to step up there and get a good opportunity for a shot. Just kind of bounced over his stick. Ian with the pressure. Williamson gets a stick on it. They chip it in the zone. The power play is over. We're going to back to 5-on-5. Wagner goes over to Malmberg. Makes one move. Stays with the puck. Tries to go off the board to Williamson, but gets turned over by Tonka. 2 guys just battling for the puck, tripped on themselves. Marco gets it over to Wagner in the corner, but Tonka's right there to pressure. Turned over. Tries to throw it out front. Good one-timer shot, but it went wide. Good job by Marco. Came in, bodied the guy off the puck. He turned it over. Now Shakopee's just trying to gather possession of it here, but McGuire has it. He turns and looks, throws it up ice, but it does come out of the zone, so Tonka's going to have to regroup. Shakopee does need to get a change here. Good save, good freeze. We'll get a whistle, and we'll get 5 new skaters. $8:50 to go in the second period. New 5 are the Anderson, Gabrick, Fitzgerald line, and we got Lancette and Schmitz on D. Tonka wins the draw, goes out to D, throws a cross-ice pass, makes a move on Gabrick, gets around him. Lancette gets in there. He's just going to skate all the way around behind the net, back out top himself. He stops. There's a little give and go there with Cam's able to get it out. Fitzgerald feeds Anderson. The guy bodies him right there. Turns him over. Gabrick there to use his body to steal the puck. We get a shot. Good play. Gabrick was able to keep that puck alive in the zone there, pinching it on the boards. And then Anderson got it. Or Gabrick had the puck. Fed Anderson for a good one-time shot. Just was unsuccessful. Good save by Tonka. Same D on the ice, but we got 3 new forwards. We got Marco, Dom, and Ian. Offensive zone face-off. Tonka wins the draw. Goes around the net. They try to flee a guy going. Schmitz has it in the corner. Goes behind the net. Tries to get Dom just past his stick. Tonka throws it back behind the net. Schmitz tries to get it over to Dom, but he kind of leaves it out front. And set battle in the corner for the puck. Marco goes and helps. Dom's able to get that puck and it got loose. Try to feed Ian, but kept in play by Tonka. Schmitz is going to get to the puck in the corner. Tries to chip the Dom. He does, but chips it out to Marco. Marco tries to chip it. We had 2 guys loose there, but Tonka does a good job just slowing us up. Not able to get into any offensive flow. Dom tries to chip it in, but it goes off the Tonka body, and they're ready to come on offense. Good D there by Hensley and Winch, and didn't allow him to get a shot off. Ian gets pushed off the puck. A little pass there. He's going to have a shot in the slot. Off the side post. That's an interference. Thank you. Great play by Williamson. He got the puck. He chipped it off the boards to himself, and Tonka put a leg out, interfered with him, tripped him up. So we will be on the third power play. Let's see how this one goes. Number 9 in the box for Tonka for 2 minutes. There's 6:44 to go here in the second period. Looks like Malmberg and Schmieg are back with O'Neill, Scott, and Hensley. Tonka wins the draw, wraps it around the board. It's a race to the puck, but Schmieger gets to it first. They're bodying with each other. O'Neill comes to help. Puck gets out, and Tonka gets to it. He's going to try to throw middle, but he just missed his player. Hensley gets the puck with speed. He's going to skate it into the zone. He slows down, gets a cross-ice pass over to Scott. He tries to get it on net, but he misses wide. Malberg gets to it first. Hensley chips it behind the net to Hensley, but Tonka's able to get to it first. Puck kept in the zone by Hensley. Passes middle. Just nowhere in a spot for Scott or O'Neill to shoot it. Malberg walks it in. Turned over by Tonka. 1:05 to go on the power play. Gabe's going to get to the puck. He's going to chip it over to Schmieger. Schmieg to O'Neill. Getting some of these passes there. These boys got to skate. They're just missing passes here. Tonka's getting physical, that's for sure. They're good hits. Good pass. Malmberg shoots. Save the loose puck up front. Shakopee's got some good pressure on this power play. We got 38 seconds to go. Tonka's able to get it out slow enough to get no icing. They're going to change out 2. Malmberg's able to get it to Ian. Ian gets a stick on it. Shakopee changes out 3 guys. We got Scott and Ian out there. Schmitz, Marco, and Wagner. Schmitz is on the back door. He shoots. He scores! What a pass. What a shot by Schmitz. Wow. That was cool. Just relentless pressure on that power play by Shakopee. I didn't see who had the pass. Okay, yeah. Well, the puck was on the left dot, and someone, Schmitz went, he cut down low, and someone fed him perfectly on a cross-ice pass back door, and he went top shelf and buried it. We got a 2-1 ball game here. Shakopee is 1 for 3 on the power play. We have 5 minutes to go here in the second period. 2-1. Good physicality by Ian. Schmitz has the puck. Throws it over to Wagner. Oh, Wagner just tries to get it out to Marco, but he kind of didn't get all of it on it. Tonka skates in. Good pressure. Dom's going to get it. He's going to wrap it around to Schmitz. Misses him, but it gets out to Ian. Ian puts it back to Schmitty. Wagner gets it, tries to get it out. It's going to get out of the zone. Marco with good hustle to get to it first. Ian's going to sub out. Kind of battle for it in the corner there. Fitzgerald gets to it. It's kept in by Wagner. Good stick. He gets a shot on net. This gets pushed to the corner. Tonka's going to regroup. And he's going to throw it up, and that's going to be an icing on Minnetonka. 4 minutes to go in the second period. Again, we got a 2-1 ball game. Shots are 21 Tonka, 10 Shakopee. Love the compete level by these boys. They're not backing down to Tonka. All right, we got the Gabrick, Anderson, Fitzgerald line with Lancette and Hensley. Won by Shakopee. Gabrick wins the draw. Hensley tried to feed it down to the corner there. It got intercepted, but great stick by Hensley. Puck's turned over. Gabrick has it. He's trying to skate up, and he gets bodied. Anderson with the pass over, but Hensley got absolutely cross-checked in the back. Nothing called. Tonka has the puck. Skating up, tries to feed the puck cross ice. Trying to feed up front, but good bodies there by Lancette. He gets a puck off the stick. Tonka goes D to D up top, back over again. They try to throw it in the corner. Puck gets put in front, but Gabrick's there. Got some tired skaters by all 10 of them on here. But Anderson tries to feed Fitzgerald just past the stick. Anderson's going to get to it first. He's going to get a shot off. Saved. You could tell all 10 skaters in the ice got a little tired at the end of that shift. That puck got loose, and Anderson still had a little juice left in him. Was able to get there and get a good shot off. So we'll have an offensive zone face-off. 3 minutes to go in the period. Schmieg, O'Neill, Scott with the Hensley and Lancette still out there. Good. Gonna get a shot off. Great save by Tonka. Got low on the ground. And we're going to have a penalty on Shakopee. Tonka comes in, gets a shot. Touch the puck. Tonka's got 6. Obviously, the goalie came off, so they got 6 and 5 here until Shakopee is able to get any possession of it. They're just kind of passing the puck around the top. Cross ice pass, tries to get a shot off. Good save. Tonka still has possession. There's the whistle. So we're going to have a penalty on 45 on Schmieg. The guy made a great save on the shot. He went down on his knees and saved it right in the chest. And as soon as he got up, Schmieger gave him a little cross-check, right, put him right back on the ice, and the ref was there to see it. So he'll be in the box for 2 minutes. There's 2:11 to go in the second period. So we'll see Tonka on the power play for the first time. Your killers for Shakopee, we got Malmberg, Wagner, O'Neill, and Scott. Shakopee won the draw. Wagner tried to get it out, but wasn't able to get out of the zone. Tonka's going to get set up. Saved into the corner. Yep, Shakopee staying low. Tonka letting them stay up top. He has patience. Passes over. Pass back to the top. Trying to see what he has. Good block by Wagner there. Tonka moving the puck around. Trying to set something up. Doesn't get a shot off. Doesn't go through. Kind of a loose puck. O'Neill pressures with Scott. They're able to get out of the zone. Forcing Tonka to have to regroup. Tonka's going to come in now with speed. Going to try to drive the net. Does a little drop pass. We got a good save. O'Neill with the pressure on him. He skates behind the net. He stops, tries to find an open lane. That was good play by Tonka. He sat behind the net, wasn't pressured, was able to see what he wanted to. And Tonka had 2-3 guys ready to go to shoot. Was able to feed one of them on the side, and 3-1. Tonka. We got 1 minute to go in the second period. Ian, Marco, Dom with Schmitz and Lancet. Battle in the corner. You got Ian and Marco down there battling. Still fighting from the wall. A lot of body positioning going on. Schmitz gets it, tries to get it in low, but just didn't get enough on it. Tonka fanned on it. Puck's bouncing around. Tonka's able to get the puck. They throw it across ice. Tonka gets the puck. Schmitz backed up. He didn't pressure. Trying to make him make a decision, and he perfect shot into the top corner. 4-1 Tonka. Change out the forwards here. Fitzgerald, Anderson, Gabrick. 28 seconds to go in the second. Shakopee wins the draw. Unset's going to get it. He's going to dump it into the corner. Here comes Tonka with speed for 13 seconds. Smith's with him there. Gets a shot, misses it. Tries to throw it back up front, but no one was there. Gabriel, good step up there. We got 3 seconds to go. Can he get a shot off? He shoots. He just doesn't able to get anything on it. And that's the end of the second period. 4-1 Tonka. Shots 27 Tonka, 11 Shakopee. We'll see you in about 14 minutes. All right, I'm out of breath. Had a Zambeer. We're ready to start the third period. See what they talked about in the locker room there. See the boys come out juiced, ready to go. Scott O'Neill and Schmieg are your forwards with Hensley and Lensett. Shakopee wins the draw. Lensett over to Scott. Scott's going to dump in the zone. Schmieg on the forecheck along with O'Neill. Gets the puck and just gets right back to a defender for Tonka. Tonka's able to create a 3-on-2 opportunity. 4-on-2 really. Gets a shot. It's glove save. Face off in the zone for Tonka. Schmieg on the draw. Tonka's able to get out of it with the puck. Good pressure by O'Neill. Pushes him off the puck, but Shakopee's not able to do anything with it. And that was a pretty goal. Just was not able to get the puck out of the zone, and they dumped it into a Tonka player in front of the goalie by himself. Able to put a pretty good move on, and he backhanded up top shelf. (5-1) Tonka. Going to change out your forwards here with Ian, Marco, and Dom. Tonka wins the draw. They put it in the corner. Schmieg gets, Hensley. That got to it first. Hensley in the corner on him. Unset, tries to body him. Tonka just pushed him down. Puck gets out front. It is loose, but Tonka's able to get it out to their D. He's going to skate it in. Ian gets there, gets a stick on it. Tonka's able to gain the puck and create their own space. Puck's froze. Will have a defensive zone face-off. Gabrick, Anderson, Fitzgerald line with Wagner and Malmberg. Gabrick wins the draw back to Wagner. Gets it to Malmberg. Chipped by Fitzgerald up, but just got to a Tonka guy. Will battling for the puck, though. Is able to get it up front. Can he get a shot off? Oh, 2 shots. Great shot by Fitzgerald. And then Gabrick got to it and was able to throw it back out front. Great goalie play by Tonka. Malmberg has the puck, gets it over to Wagner. He's going to skate. Look where he wants to go with it. Went off of Gabrick's stick, and Tonka turns it over the neutral zone, and they're skating right in the zone, attacking. Puck glove, and we'll have another face-off. Tonka's going to switch out their 5. Same D on the ice with Malmberg and Wagner, and then we're back to the O'Neill, Schmieg, and Scott line. Tonka wins the draw, gets a shot off the stick there by Wagner, takes the shot opportunity away. Scott gets it over to O'Neill, who pushes the puck in the zone. Chaco's already released out, so Tonka's able to get out quickly. Little cross ice pass there that almost got through for a scoring opportunity. Schmieg put it down to Wagner. Wagner passed it up. Schmieg gets bodied off the puck. Tonka's just going to chip it in. Wagner there battling. Good body by Wagner, but Tonka's able to keep possession of the puck. But Wagner took the scoring opportunity away. Shakopee's got to get a little bit better job getting the puck out of the zone. They're trying to get it out, but they're throwing it right into a Tonka player. We've had 3 of those already this period. Puck gets out, and Scott has it, but he's by himself with 3. He gets a stick in the back from behind. He went down. But get passed by Ian there to feed someone out front, but just got past. Tonka softly dumps in the zone, but it's going to be enough to be an icing call. So we'll have an offensive zone face-off. 11:46 to go here in the third period. Dom, Marco, and Ian are your forwards with Hensley and Schmitz. Tonka wins the draw. Ian with the great pressure creates a turnover opportunity. Tries to feed Marco in the slot there. Got a shot off, but it just got deflected by a Tonka stick into the corner. Puck comes out. Hensley skates it in the zone. Turned over by Tonka, who tries to chip it out, but Dom's there to keep it in the zone. Ian has the puck. He's going to throw it in deep, and he threw it off the Tonka player again. Schmitz has the puck. He's going to try to go off the wall over to Ian. Came back in. Schmitz is going to skate it up. Tries to go around and just throws it in the net. He gets his own rebound, pass up front. Opportunity for Ian right there to get a shot. Schmitz fed Ian in front. Goalie is able to make a save, and kind of the puck bouncing around, and Shakopee stayed with it and created another opportunity for Gabrick. Goalie throws it, and we will have another offensive zone face-off. Lensett and Wagner with Gabrick, Anderson, Fitzgerald. Tonka wins the draw. They skate behind the net. He stops. He's going to skate up. Tries to feed a weak side wing. They just got too much on it in front of them. We'll have an icing and an offensive zone face-off for Shakopee. Tonka wins the draw. Gabrick's trying to bottom in the corner. Passes up. Turned over by Anderson in the neutral zone. He stops, turns, and tries to skate it in himself. Fitzgerald has it, gets it out to Lancette, passes over to Wagner. Wagner's going to skate it up. Tries to go cross-ice pass to Gabrick, who chips it in the zone. We're going to have an offsides on Shakopee. Three new forwards on the ice, O'Neill, Schmieg, and Scott. Tonka wins the draw. We have the puck, tries to pass it back to a D-man who wasn't ready for it. So they got to regroup, start over. He throws it up ice. Wagner has it, throws it over to Lancette. He stops, tries to go behind the net. Feeds O'Neill, is trying to chip it up to Scott. It does get past. Scott's going to have an opportunity to shoot and score. And we're going to have a hooking penalty on Tonka. Matthew Scott had an opportunity there. He tried to bring it to his backhand. And at that point, Tonka was hooking him. So we will have a power play for Shakopee with 9:53 to go in the third. Schmieg, Lancette, O'Neill, Scott, and Hensley. All right, your fourth power play for Shakopee. They're 1 for 3 on the power play. Tonka wins the draw. Good pressure by O'Neill. Schmieg keeps it in the zone. But Tonka comes right up the pressure. They're not sitting back letting us set up. Tonka chips it off the zone. He's got 2-on-1 opportunity. He dishes up to Stinson. He gets a shot off. Great save. And the second attempt also there by the netminder and then not let Tonka get a scoring opportunity. But Shakopee is able to get the puck. Scott's going to throw it deep. O'Neill and Hensley get to it first. Great body by Hensley there. Creates a puck to score out, but Tonka's able to regroup. They're content to just chip it back and reset up. Great defense by Schmieg. Scott's going to walk it in the zone. He's going to crash the net, gets the shot off. He sails it all the way around. But Schmieg's able to keep it in the zone. Tonka has possession. They ring it all the way around. Here comes Tonka. Great opportunity there created by Tonka there. But O'Neill gets it. He throws it off his own player's skate, trying to get out of the play. Scott's going to turn and look. Throw it off the sidewall. 30 seconds to go on the power play. Ian has the puck, tries to feed it up to Dom, just misses the pass. Marco is battling with him. Creates a turnover here. Ian's going to have it, try to chip it to Marco. And there's going to be, right as he chipped the puck up, kind of a high elbow there on Tonka into Ian against the sidewall. And that's going to be another penalty on Minnetonka. So we're going to have 5-on-3 for 10 seconds, leading into a 5-on-4 power play for Shakopee. Malmberg, Schmitz on D, and we got Marco with Ian and Dom. So, again, 10 seconds of 5-on-3 play. So it's good to win the draw to get possession of it. Tonka's able to get it out. They slap it out, and they're not going to call icing. Schmitz has got to get to the puck. He turns and looks. Passes over to, they're back and forth. He's looking for somebody. Good pressure by Tonka there. He passes to Malmer. Malmer's going to skate and go across ice to McGuire, who's going to try to enter the zone at a little speed. No, he's going to skate across. Try to get set up. He gets around the one guy, but the second guy gets there. Puck is going to get wrapped all the way around. Schmitz is going to try to get to it, keep it in the zone, and just popped right out to a Tonka guy. Shakopee gets possession of it. McGuire has it. Gets it back to Schmitz. Schmitz gets it stuck in his feet. They're just not able to grab possession of it here. Schmitz has it. So stop. Gets deflected by a Tonka guy. Dom has the puck. He's going to go across ice. Shakopee just not able to set up anything here. 58 seconds to go on the power play. Just we're not able to get anything going there. Tonka's got great pressure. Shot on net by Tonka. Shakopee regroups. Tries to feed. They would try to feed Fitzgerald, but too far past him, so we got an icing. 39 seconds to go on the power play. Wagner lands set with the Gabrick Fitzgerald Anderson line. Shakopee or Minnetonka wins the draw. He just kind of dumps it down behind, and Lancette gets to the puck. He surveys what he's got, gets it over to Fitzgerald. He's going to skate up. A little pass over to Anderson, who's the puck, but kept in the zone by Lancette. He's going to shoot from the point. Puck popped up. Gabrick had an opportunity, but it just bounced over his stick. Gabrick's in the corner. Gets it up top, just not enough mustard on it. Kept in by Lancette. Lancette's going to shoot it on net. Gets in the corner, back up top to Lancette. Wagner stayed back because they've got a guy coming out. The penalty's over. Wagner had to stay back because they were having a guy just finishing his penalty minute coming out. You don't want to get an opportunity to get one guy loose to get a fast break by himself. Icing on Shakopee. We got 5:55 to go in the third. Defensive zone face-off. Gabrick's on the draw. Puck goes back, and Lancette's going to get two first. Shakopee wins the draw. Back to Wagner. Gabrick's going to get it, chip it out to Fitzgerald, going to skate up and try to feed Anderson, cut middle. He got a stick on it to push it in the zone. He's racing the puck. He bodies it in the corner. He feeds Fitzgerald for a shot. He gets cross-checked right as he's shooting it. Gabrick came in, was able to get a good shot off, and just got pushed aside. Wagner throws it deep. Played by the goalie behind the net. Good pressure by Shakopee. They turn him over. They have the puck. Fitzgerald with it. He gets checked to the boards. No call. And Tonka's coming out with speed. Tries to flee him. And they're going to have a 2-on-1 opportunity. Wagner's there. And good play by Lancette. He's able to get a skate on it. Took the pass away for the backdoor pass by Tonka. The puck squirts out. Tonka dumps it in. We're going to have a wholesale change by everybody. Wagner grabs it. He's going to skate up a speed. Feeds Scott, who he chipped it, so they let it go. Goalie plays it. O'Neill and Schmieg battling for it. O'Neill gets body in the corner. Schmieg comes in to help. Tonka's able to chip it out, and here they come with speed. 3-on-2. Good stick in the lanes by Scott there in the neutral zone. Henze gets a stick on it. Creates a tough shot for Tonka, who threw it wide. Tonka throws behind net, tries to feed it down the slot. Great physicality by Hensley there. They both kind of ran into each other there, but he was able to create a bad pass. Scott gets it himself, tries to throw it out front. And Schmieger trying to do a little turnaround shot, but Schmitz gets it, throws it up front. Nobody there. Hensley keeps it in the zone. He's going to skate it in, get it over to Scott in the corner. Scott's being patient with it, gets it out top to O'Neill, tries to dump it in. Scott has it. He's surveying what he's got, throws it up front. Hensley was there for a little tipping opportunity. The puck came out, and Tonka's on the rush. O'Neill with him. Schmitz there. Cross-ice pass to the middle. He's getting his shot off. Great save. At all times, it feels like Tonka has someone slashing middle that they're looking for to get a shot. It's still great pressure by Shakopee. Not giving them anything easy. So we got a 5-1 game, 3:25 to go in the third. Wagner, Malmberg on D with Marco, Dom, and Ian. Tonka turns him over, tries to get out top to the D, out of the zone, so they got to reset up. He skates in, fires a shot off, but just high and wide. Bouncing puck there, but Tonka's able to keep in the zone. They throw it in deep. Malmberg battling in the corner. They throw it out front. Another save. Loose puck. They're all crashing into the net, but he's able to freeze it. Whistle's blown. Tonka's going to change out all 5. Shakopee's going to change out the wingers, so we got the Anderson, Fitzgerald, Gabrick line. Still got Malmberg on D with Wagner. 2:50 to go in the third. Shots are Tonka 39, Shakopee 19. It's a 5-1 game. Gabrick wins the draw back. Wagner gets it. Passes over to his D partner. Malmberg just gets past the stick, and Tonka takes over possession. Wagner and Fitz battle in the corner. They get the puck out. Fitz tries to flee Anderson, cut in middle. Tonka is able to get a stick on it. Puck got out. We got Anderson, Fitzgerald, and Gabriel coming. Anderson gets a good shot off. Glove saved by Tonka. All right. Gabriel's going to be on the draw. He wins it back. Anderson skated past it and let Gabriel get it, but he goes to the dot, gets a shot off, just pushed aside. Another shot opportunity. Fitzgerald had a great scoring opportunity. Tonka was able to just get a stick on it and kind of just take a little mustard off it from Fitzgerald's shot. Wasn't able to get it in. Great opportunity. Wagner's going to get to the puck first. He tries to chip it back to Malmberg, who gets it back to Fitzgerald. Anderson chips it to himself. He's got Gabriel with him. He's going to drive the net past it. Gabriel, he's able to get one shot off, but the goalie was pinched the sidebar and nothing got in. Tonka gets the puck, and they're content to just throw it down, and we will have an icing. Good pressure by Shakopee. Good scoring opportunity with Anderson and Gabriel there. Lancette and Hensley are your D with Schmeek, Scott, and O'Neill. Shakopee wins the draw. Out to Lancette, who fires it in on net. Gets patted to the side. Shakopee turns him over. Schmeek has on the point. He gets a shot off. Goes wide. Scott's going to get to it first. Tries to throw it down. Gets in the corner to Hensley. He's patient with it. Gets it down over to Schmeek, who gets sandwiched by two Tonka guys. Schmeek tried to throw it off front, but Tonka was right there to get a stick on it. O'Neill goes up top to Scott. Kind of puck's bouncing around here, but Scott's going to fire it in on net wide. Hensley gets a shot, but it gets blocked by a defender of Tonka. Puck gets out. Scott's going to get to it first. He's going to turn and look. Good pressure by Tonka right on him. And he's going to throw it all the way down for Nicey. But no. Oh, said no because the goalie came out to play it, but it was below the goal line. 44 seconds to go. Marco, Ian, and Dama are your new forwards in. Shakopee wins the draw. Lancette gets it, tries to put it off the glass, but it hit a weird spot and kind of bounced back down. But he gets it over to Hensley, who's going to skate it up. Tries to flee McGuire with Marco. We got a 3-on-1 opportunity. Ian throws it in. Gloves saved. He had two guys streaking with them here. Able to get a shot on net. 28 seconds to go. Marco, good job. Won his own draw himself there, but Hensley has it. Turns up top, stops, passes it over to Marco. Tries to throw cross ice over to Lancette. But Tonka was right there to intercept. Ian gets a shot. It gets patted to the corner. Tonka's going to throw it up, and they're going to have a little 2-on-1 opportunity. Good back check by Shakopee, taking any scoring opportunity away. And that is the end of the game. Tonka wins 5-1. Shots were 39 for Tonka, 25 for Shakopee. I believe next game is Chaska-Chan, I believe. Here, I'll pull it up. Next game for Shakopee will be next Saturday, November 1st. We will be at Chaska-Chan at 12:15 on a Saturday afternoon game. Thanks for watching.